Hi, this is LT Survival. Well, the other day I did a VR to Ben from Living Survival for the BattleBox I received from him. I won from him. And in the BattleBox were a knife. And this is the knife. We're going to do a small tabletop review of it. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Well, in the BattleBox came a knife. Usually in the BattleBox it's exclusivity and very different knife. And this one is different by its design. It's the 511 Karambit double duty knife. Okay, this is with the talon here and the main blade here with a very large hole. The Karambit style, for those that don't know, is a defense knife. So basically you could defend yourself with it. I would say the talon is a pretty nasty thing. But for me, this knife, unfortunately, not because it's not cutting, it's AUS 8, AUS 8 blade. Okay, one is 1/8 thick and the other one is 1.8 millimeter thick for the small blade and 3 millimeter thick for the larger one. 3 3/4 main blade, but 9, which is the whole blade, but only 3-inch cutting surfaces. The secondary is 1 1/4 inch and is a nasty blade. I can tell you, it is sharp. I just nicked myself a couple of minutes ago. The folder, let's go by the correct characteristic, and I'll do a close-up on it, so stand by. Okay, the 511 double duty Karambit. It's a quite a long knife when it's open, 8 3/4 inch, 22.5 centimeter long. It has with the two blades open. With the one blade open. When you open the talon, you reach up to 9 7/8, 25 centimeter long. The blade, the folded length of the handle is 5 1/8. The main blade 3 3/4 inch, as I said, with the 3-inch cutting surfaces. Because of a large hole here, you lose a lot of that blade in there. It's a also serrated and partially serrated, partially plain edge. The secondary edge is 1 3/4, 1 1/4 inch long. Very nasty, very easy to cut yourself with it when you fold it, because it's awkward. And the clip has 3 positions: tip up, tip down, right-handed, and tip down only left-handed. It comes with extra bolts, extra screw, and the wrench to use it. And it's a black oxide finished with FRN, which is FRN is fiberglass reinforced nylon. Basically, fiber, some strand of fiberglass into a nylon molding. It's very smooth. It's tough, but it's cheaper in fabrication, so some people don't like it. I have no problem. It's one of those synthetic scales that you can have. Let's pull back and we'll talk about the knife a little more. The 511 blade is really particular in its shape, and it is in its way of putting your finger through it. This is not really comfortable that way. So for a Karambit, there's not much you can do with that. You'll cut yourself. These are supposed to be doing the double duty. Unfortunately, the only defensive way you could use this knife, I think, and I'm not an expert in Karambit, would be to hold it this way, which would be really nasty if you were to catch somebody, some fingers or some arm, to defend yourself. But the drawback is deployment. So you're having the knife this way, or if you chose to have it this way, pull it out of your pocket, deploy the blade, which is not an easy task, then put your finger through it, and then have very little reach. Nasty, but very little, where it would be legal to use it. So it's a liner lock there, and this one is a lock back. Okay, makes for very very awkward how you're supposed to close it, and that's where you cut yourself all the time, because you gotta come here and then the blades just release, and for me it just doesn't do it. And on the blade is a Mike Villickson design, the blade tech. I don't know, I just don't know how to use it, I think. So basically it's a novelty. I would say it's a novelty knife. This is a $70 worth of knife. That's a US price. A pricey knife for novelty. Unfortunate, because I really wanted this knife. It's easier to close the lock back here inside the liner lock. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't do good. It's not a knife I would wear to work. It's a bit thick, but that is not that bad. With the clip position elsewhere, I don't know. It's not. There's only one position that's comfortable. It's this way, with your pinky into the hole, and everything else is just awkward. Even the deployment with the hole. Forget flipping it. You have to really control the blade, and then you gotta move your hand back. And I feel awkward with it. Just doesn't feel right. So for me, it doesn't cut it for a knife I would wear. And it's really slippery. The FRN is really not sticky at all. There's no grip on it. Unfortunate, because I really dig the design. I mean, really dig the shape. Not in my hand, seeing it. It's a beautiful, strange new knife that makes a charm. I just don't feel comfortable reaching out with it. I would hold it this way, but it's kind of awkward. So I like the design, but I don't like the way it feels in the end. So it's unfortunate, because this is a beautiful knife. This is still a beautiful knife, or it's an ugly knife that you like to like, that you hate to like, whatever. And it would have been nice to carry. It has not such a deep carry pod clip, but it's not high either, and it's a strange look, but just can't get around doing something with it. So it's a knife that you want to collect, but not necessarily use. Difficult. It's very difficult to make a Karambit defensive knife folding. There's some model out there that are really nice, that you can pull and deploy at the same time. But this one, too awkward to operate. I had a hope I would like this knife. And this way. And you cannot do the Karambit stuff because it opens on you. So, well, if you don't feel like buying a novelty for a lot of dollars, don't buy this knife. But it is a novelty. It is nice to own. One of those collectibles items that you can put in a bag and look at it a couple of times a year. Unfortunately for use, for what I do with knives, this is not cutting it. So, if you like this review, please give it the thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video, and we'll see you in the next one.